avert evil. But one thing that is easy for us to do is to avert evil for our family. And why do I say that? We can always, based upon our knowledge of God, we can always put our family in God's care. And the reason why I said that is that evil will always happen. As it was in the beginning, so shall it be. World without end. That's what will always happen. You can't stop people from waking up in the morning and just thinking that today all I am doing is to perpetrate evil, to kill people who are going about their normal life. It's amazing, sincerely, how a religion will tell people, label some people as infidel, and decide that you want these people to die. And you decide to blow up a day where you don't even know whether they are Muslims like you. You know what I mean? It doesn't add up for me. You understand? We might say this, and our brothers on the other side of religion might not agree with us. But not all Muslims are terrorists. But all terrorists are Muslims. It's unfortunate. You understand? They are not all terrorists. But we all agree that these people, Al-Qaeda, ISIS, the Boko Haram, and all of this, they are all from the Muslim religion, which is very unfortunate. Not all of them are, but those who are, they are all from that other side. And what our answers to this is that because we always put ourselves in this care. People go about their daily lives, going to the theater, do normal social things people can do. And then some people wake up and decide this is what they want to do. We just pray that the families that are affected, that God will console them. And especially if you fly a lot, you understand, and you see some people just decide, you don't know the next plane, they will blow up. That's just the thing. They don't know when the next they are going to strike. And it could be anyone. So all we can always do is to pray that God will protect us. I'm telling you, don't forget Shubaba planned to blow up the plane. But God in his infinite mercy made sure that that plane was not blown. This guy looking from Nigeria, blow up the plane. God made sure that that didn't happen. So it's possible by our prayers that they might have planned it. It will not be possible. The explosion will not happen, one thing or the other will not, or you will have passed before the arrow of the enemy passes. I pray that for all of us. In the mighty name of our Lord Jesus Christ. We are protected by God's grace. We are protected by God's grace. Amen. And but I don't really want to talk about evil. I want to talk about how good God is. Praise the Lord. I thought that I should say something about, I don't know whether some of us thought this thing that was going on, some people sent it to me. But there is a craftiness of the devil that can also mislead us. The devil does not always come and say I'm the devil. But he also can use what looks good. It's something that was about somebody saying this thing about pastors. That this, I don't know whether you saw them, that pastors that are preaching healing faith. Did you see that? Pastors are preaching faith, they are preaching righteousness, that's not what God wants. That thing is from the pit of hell. No. If you saw the those of us who saw it, when you first see it, it looks like a right thing to do, to say. They showed our general overseer was the first one that was shown. They said he preaches holiness. Then they showed, they first showed, there's a reason why, because it looks good when you see it, But these are things from the pit of hell. Trust me. They say, what does your pastor preach? That's the ending of the thing. They say, is it holiness? And then you show that what general was here. They say, is it righteousness? They show the man called Umuyi. And then they say, is it healing? They show this man, Olaoye. Then they say, is it faith? Then they show the label. They show the success. And then they show the Shimolo. And then they show the leadership. And then they show Samadhi or prosperity. And they show the Pastor Paul and the Pharisee. So they now say, whatever anyone is called to preach, God's general message is simple. That is talking about Jesus. Say, make my people ready for my coming. That's what God says. They say many servants of God have been deviated, and many are so carried away. Any, if you have not seen it, it's okay, but I want to, because they're sending it around. You know, how can anybody, you know, because when you read this, you feel, they said, oh, no, none of the pastors are preaching about the heaven again. You know, to their congregation, they're not preaching, they're preaching only about power, prosperity, possessions, so they end up raising a highly materialistic congregation. That's the experts are telling people how to make it their own path, you know, but not forever. Right. How can the person who wrote this have any knowledge as a Christian? You know, they say somebody is preaching only holiness. The Bible says without holiness, no man will see God. What you're saying they're not preaching about heaven. How do you want to get to heaven without holiness? How do you want to get to heaven without righteousness? The Bible says that the just shall only live by faith. And then you are criticizing somebody that is preaching about faith. That means, you know, so when you read this kind of thing, it looks good on the surface. But it's the person who wrote has no lack of understanding. And it's inspired by the devil. Do you know why I said so? Because the things that are necessary, Christ said, I've come to give you life. It wasn't anybody that said that. He said it. He said, I've come to give you not only life, I've come to give you life that is more abundant. He said, that's what I came to do. Is that for heaven? Who is the else we need on earth? If you don't have the knowledge of the Bible, this is short. I'm very serious. Because, this is what I'm saying. You know, they're saying this thing around, and then you go to church and say, oh, really, my pastor is not teaching about all of this thing. What is righteousness? Is righteousness only for this world? It's a preparation for heaven. Look at the thing, in pursuit of righteousness. That's what you say. Is it for this world? No. The right delivery is to prepare us for this life and also to prepare us for heaven. And so, you know, people say a whole lot of things out on something, and you know, because I got a couple of these things, and you know, the people who, the first person said it to me is a pastor. I said, why are you sending this thing to me? You should be smart enough to know this is wrong something. And they put the photo of our general overseer there, and all of these men of God who have worked tirelessly for the gospel. But a lot of people who have not even been in the gospel for 1 or 2 years want to dictate to people who they meet there. I'm very serious. Because when I read this thing, they said somebody who you is really preaching about faith. Is that what it is? It's the just. What are the just? The righteous people. People have accepted Jesus as well. They say the only way they must live is faith. And then you won't teach them about faith. How are they going to live? The Bible said it in 3 times in the Bible, or 4 times in the Bible. One of the few things that was said several times, they just shall live by faith. They just shall live by faith. And then you're criticizing somebody preaching about faith. You don't always believe all these things you read online. I'm telling you, don't take it like and say that. You know, this realization really came to me this year. Because the politics of Nigeria this year, I was very involved. And I saw a lot of things that the team I was working with deliberately put online. And we know it's not true. But because we want to do it for the opposition. So they don't look good. So now there is hardly anything I read online. Because they say the root of it. I'm telling you. Because it was a daily thing. People prepare, we must send this out. So that they will think this is the thing. You find that a lot of these things are not right. People sit down in the corner of their room and write things and put it online, and everybody believes it. Bias. That's what Then the other thing is that the people who came out yesterday for the King's Table, we just want to thank all of them. I want to thank all the people who came out. I also want to thank all the members who gave to evil. Then some people wake up every day planning how it will be better for the other people. That's why we say we should celebrate them. It's either you want to celebrate those that are evil, or you want to celebrate those who are doing one thing, helping mankind. So if they are helping mankind, they woke up yesterday to go and serve the homeless. They don't have to do that. So we have to appreciate them and encourage them. I'm telling you, one of the things they said here about my good friend Sam Adeyemi was that he teaches leadership. People don't understand that one of the number one problems in this world today is leadership. Trust me. I don't want to talk about that this one. But one of the number one problems in the world today is leadership. I said one of the number one problem in this world today is leadership. All of these people planning evil. Don't you think it's somebody who came up with all of this idea? And told them that if you can do this, you will go to heaven. And you will get some virgins. I was talking to Pastor Agu yesterday that if the reason why they are blowing up people is because of virgins, we can get them virgins. Instead of them killing people, I don't have a good laugh on that. We just have a place where we'll be manufacturing virgins. Because if you are blowing up people, because of virgins. Then you find out, Agu said something very interesting. He said when they get there, the kind of demon that will welcome them, they don't have any semblance of things. That's it. Number one problem, I'm telling you, in this world is leadership. Because when leadership is corrupt, the people will be corrupt. And it's the level of leadership people expose themselves to, is how far they can go. Like Dr. Masmolo always say. He said, it starts and ends with leadership. It starts and ends. Somebody was telling me something, was telling me something very interesting. He talked about a country called Georgia. Georgia is one of the Russian countries, you understand, USSR. The country was as corrupt as you can think about. Then one guy came in, became the president. And he decided that he was going to turn around this country. And he singularly did one thing, turned around Georgia. That Georgia now is used as an example of what looked like a failed nation, a corrupt nation, to one country that has one of the highest standards when it comes to integrity. This is about leadership. All this thing that is happening that we are looking at, all these people, terrorists and all of those things, they are following somebody's teaching. See, they are following a leader. And so some people, this guy who they killed, what's his name? It didn't matter. It is a leader, but he's just a wrong leader. And so he told these people, this is what you should do. And so when you have leadership, if you have the right leadership, you will go the right way. If you have the wrong leadership, you will go the wrong way. And then they are fixed. Of course, I'm originally from Nigeria. And I know what bad leadership can do. It affected even the good citizens like us. Because now we are going to be those who do terrible things because of the leadership. The leadership went south and then they started degrading everybody that came from Nigeria. How the man of integrity? I don't have anything to do with the thing. But because of the wrong leadership. And that's what has happened. So leadership is so critical to everything. Even if we can take it to the macro level of the house. The man is supposed to be the leader in the house. When the man loses his leadership, go and look at his dysfunctional family. Nobody needs to tell him that. Leadership is everything. Wherever you are, whatever organization you are, no matter how well the organization is doing, when it has a bad leadership, sooner or later, you will see. That's why when football teams don't do well, they remove the coach. They remove the leader. Because they say you are not competent in the way you are running this. That's why they sack CEOs. That's why they do all of those things. And so leadership is so critical. And so somebody said the two talk about leadership. What you need most is the leader. And I'm telling you, from pastor, whether it's called a pastor, a bishop, a reverend, or whatever, name they call the person. If he has the wrong leader, if it's a wrong leader, it is going to ruin whatever is put in his hand. And then it is starts and ends, as Dr. Miles would say, with leadership. But anyway, that's why I don't really want to talk so much about it. I have a message to you. You can go first. The testimony is about leaders. I didn't even think about it when I looked at it. Your word brings life. Your word liberates. Your word energizes us. Your word is for instruction. It's for reproof. As we take instructions from the word, give us understanding. Let it not be mere words, let it be words of life.